Okay, so I'm going to show you how to repair the diverter in your American Standard kitchen faucet. We noticed that whenever we turn on the water, the flow, like that's the maximum flow, that's the most it would come out. Which actually that's like hardly any pressure at all. So anyway, I thought, I don't know what the problem is, and I had looked online and looked around for all kinds of, troubleshooting all that stuff, and I discovered that there's a piece inside the faucet called the diverter, and that actually is what the problem is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the spout part of it here. If you just want to turn it around like this, and I don't know if you could see right here, there's a little hole that fits a flathead screwdriver. So I'm just going to take the screwdriver, put it in here, and just take that all the way out. Okay, now next thing you're going to want to do, you're just going to pull straight up on the spout part to remove it. Make sure you have some towels handy because it's gonna, all the built up water in here is gonna come out. So if I just pull this up like this. Okay, and you might have this washer piece come off. This goes on the bottom, this right here. Okay. Now, the next thing you're going to have is this part right here. I had a real hard time figuring out how to get this off. I tried like a wrench on top of here, and it was just like eating up at the plastic. Because this part down around here was like all not corroded, but it had like all kinds of calcium and mineral buildup. So I think that's what made it hard to get off. I just came up with the idea of using a screwdriver and putting it through here, and using it like with leverage to twist this. I put like a lot of pressure the first time I did this, and then I heard a snap, and I thought I broke it, but that finally just loosened it. So since I did this once, it's like real loose, but I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but it worked for me. So once you have this loosened, you could just twist this off. We'll twist all the way off here. Okay, set that aside. Now, I don't know if you can really see. Let me try and get a little bit closer here. That is actually the diverter. It's like a flathead screwdriver part on top, and that's what you're going to put in and twist. So, I have another screwdriver here. So, I kind of had a hard time getting this part out too. Just push down and turn. That's kind of what I ended up doing. I don't know, and then it just came loose for me. So basically you just want to keep unscrewing this, until it's about all the way unscrewed. Okay, you're just going to pull it out. So this is the piece that's causing all the problems with the low flow. I actually figured this out by looking up the sheet here. This is from online. It's American Standard Hamilton faucet. I didn't even know what type of faucet this was because it was about 8 years old, so I just looked at all the pictures on Google Images until I found the one that matches, and I looked it up on the website on AmericanStandard.com. And it kind of just shows you how all the parts fit in there. And what the model numbers are if you have to order another part. Like this one is for the diverter. It's let's see here, 044264-0070A. So I looked online. It's like an $8 part. So I found it for like $5. I actually didn't buy a new one yet. I just took this off today. So I thought, well, you know what? I wonder what the problem is if I put the faucet back together and don't put the diverter in. So I ended up just twisting this back on, screwing it back in. Okay, and then I took the spout part. This you just kind of like press back down. Also, just while you're here, if you have where it leaks out of the base, you might need an O-ring. There's like all these little O-rings here, so you can see which size you need. There's like, I think, I don't know, 2 there, I guess. So you just push down on here. Make sure it's like real snug so you don't get any leaks. Just take your little screw and screw it back in here. Oh yeah, and if you have where it stops, just you might have to adjust this a little bit. Make sure that's tightened. Okay, so at this point I turned the water back on just to see what would happen without the diverter, and watch how much pressure. It's like unbelievable. Now that's the way it should be. So it's just so nice to have all this pressure back. So I ended up figuring out that the only thing that the diverter does is split the water between the faucet and the sprayer. So like if you turn the water on and turn the sprayer on, it won't shut your main faucet off like it should. And also the sprayer sometimes will leak, like if you don't make sure it's like this button's pulled back all the way so it's all the way off. But as for right now, I mean, it's not leaking, so, and I have all the pressure back. So until I get a new, I'll turn this off here. Until I buy a new diverter online, I think this is going to work. I mean, I don't even see there's not really a whole heck of a lot of a purpose to having one other than if you want your water to shut off while you're using your sprayer. So anyway, yeah, and the best place to, I guess, buy the part is just look up what part you need and type it into Google, and then you'll probably find, you know, like a supply store that sells the part. So that's how you replace and repair the diverter in your American Standard kitchen faucet.